Hi, as you can see, I'm leaning over something here, and as you will have seen from the thumbnail, yes, it is a vintage doll's house. Now we're going to do a little tour where I walk around with the camera. You'll get to see some of my messy room as well, so apologies for that. We've got DollyCon coming up, so lots of work going off in here. So I'm going to just try and lift it. I don't know whether I can, just to give you a little view. Ta-da! This is the little house that I wasn't going to buy. Now I had seen it there before, and as I do mention later, I did get it reduced because they'd had it a while, so I thought, well, we'll be cheeky. Well, I was a bit rubbish. I was scared of doing that, so I sent my husband to be cheeky and ask whether we could get it reduced, and we did. And also I didn't realize it had furnishings in it as well, so that was an extra bonus. It was down as a Mark's doll's house, so I was like having a quick look on eBay, see if I could find out what it was, or quick Google. I couldn't find anything, but what we did find later was it is not a Mark's at all, although I see why the person said it, because some of the items inside do have marks on it. Now I'm just going to have a quick double check here. It is a GB doll's house, and that is spelled G-E-E-B-E-E, literally. Mid-century, mid-20th century, so 1960s, 1970s era. It is a chalet style. There is information on the website if you've got one of these. In fact, I've still got it on the computer, so I'll find the link and put it below, and it's like a full catalogue, which is absolutely fascinating. I mean, another thing, looking at my piece of paper here again, it was priced at £6.75 when it came out, which was probably quite a lot of money at the time. You know, I can remember buying sweets for 2p, and that was a treat. So £6.75, nearly £7, was actually quite a lot of money. And it is also a British made company. It is based in Hull, so there's a couple of bits of information, but if you've got something similar and you're not sure, I'll pop the link and you can have a look at the sort of like the catalogue and the history. By doing that, it also helped me find another doll's house that I have, one that I was bought a few years ago as a birthday present. And I must admit, when I saw this, I'm like, it really reminds me of it. It's very, very similar, but we could never place where it came from. Well, now I can. It is made by the same manufacturers. So that was great. So I found out two things at once. So I'm really pleased with it. It is a little bit smelly, a little bit dirty. There's lots of dust on it and things like that. So I do need to give it a good clean before I have any little inhabitants in it, which I think is going to be my second group of Ari dolls, because my little Jilly and Jason, well, if I could speak, my little Jilly and Jason took over the first one that I got, because that's more of a little cottage, so that is really cute. The other thing I learned with this doll's house, which was something I didn't know, I knew there was 1/12th and I knew there was 1/16th, and I just presume the 1/16th is what most doll's houses were made of if they were a little bit more vintage. Obviously we're now more familiar with the 1/12th scale, but it's actually a 1/18th. That's if I'm reading it right. I'm pretty sure that's what it said, a 1/18th scale. So it's tinier again, only by a little bit, but it's smaller again. So it's perfect for the little Ari dolls. I just love it to bits. It just needs a good clean. So we're going to go and have a look. I'll do my tour around with my slightly wobbly camera, and you'll see, as I said, my messy room and a couple of my dolls. And then I'll go top down and we're going to have a look at the contents that came with it. Because bizarrely enough, some of those contents are actually Cindy ones. Only little bits, but they are quite cute. So we're going to go off and do that now. So come and join me, please. If you do enjoy my videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I will see you in a second. Hi, well, we've been up to Elsica again, the Heritage Centre, and they do have an antique centre. And again, my husband says, oh, go and have a cup of coffee. I'm like, well, I'm not spending anything. Yeah, this looks like I've not spent anything, doesn't it? Right, now this is, you can see some of my messy room here, so I'm going to have a look at some of my dollies. Yay, some dollies. But we're not looking at that. We're supposed to be looking at my house. I managed to get a hold of this vintage house. It said it was a Mark's house. I didn't know what that meant. So we tried to have a little look online. Couldn't really find much that matched for as far as a Mark's house is concerned. Apologies if there's any wobbles here, because I'm doing this freehand, so I'm going to try and sort of show you some of the little bits and pieces in it. It's got a little garage there as well. So it seems to be in good condition. I did a quick pause then because I sneezed. I don't know why I sneezed, but I did. So I'm going to pause it anyway, which I should have done before, because I'm going to turn it around so you can see it's not in bad condition. Some of the papers come off, things like that. All the doors and windows are there. I love the painting on some of these vintage houses. So I'm going to pause and turn it up. So you can see at the back, it's just a flat back, but it's got a really nice, I love how it's got the little sort of, what do you call them, little patio veranda-y type areas. I do love all that. See some smart doll feet over there. And then I'm going to see if I don't know whether I can take this out without making the camera go all over the place. This just slides out, so it might look a bit funny for a minute. And this is what is inside. It has literally been carpeted old school. I sort of quite like them. They are chunky, but it's how people did it, you know, scraps of carpet, things like that. But they do come out, and I think, well, perhaps if I wash them, give them a good scrub, sort of hang them out a little bit. It's got a nice day today, so it might be a good time to do it. And you see how they've even sort of got like sort of, I don't know, patio looking wallpaper there. So I might keep some of the carpets. I sort of quite like the fact that it was what somebody else did, so it keeps that vintage vibe going. Now, my granddaughter had a look the other day, and she was fascinated with, my arm's going to get in the way, with this. I says, oh, look, it's an old Smarties juice. Oh, what's in there? Well, what's in there is what we're going to have a look at when we go top down. There's all sorts of bits of furniture in there. First of all, when we saw it, we thought it was just the house, and it was up for £40. And I'm saying to my husband, well, it seems okay, but could I get it a little bit cheaper? I'm going to pause and turn it around again. There we are. We're back to the front part again. That's why I say, can you see where the paper's gone there a little bit? But you can buy that easy enough to replace. So we were cheeky. And he went to the counter and says, is there any chance of getting anything knocked off? Because we knew it had been there a while. There's a little set of stairs down there as well. There's a little set of stairs that go up. And then they've got a little sort of rail in there as well. So we asked, and they sort of helped. They knocked it down. They said £36. And I went, I'll have it. And I went, where am I going to put it? Because there is no room in here, but I have found a place for it. As my husband says, I'm sure you'll find somewhere, which I did manage to find, so I was quite pleased with that. So I'm really happy. Didn't realise all the furnishings were in it straight away, at least. So I think it was quite a bargain at 36. It needs a good wash. It's very dirty. You can see the dust on the top. I've deliberately not touched it because I want to show you sort of, well, that, you know, it's gathered dirt and age, and I'm not sure whether we sort of have a bit of mildew or something there. So I need to give it a good wash. I know me and my granddaughter were looking at it the other day. She was fascinated, but I could smell the oldness, if that makes sense. So I said, right, well, we've looked at all the stuff, hands washed now. It does need a good clean, but I think it's worth it. So we're going to have a look top down what is inside. And yeah, I'm over the moon with it. So hope you enjoy having a watch. See you in a moment. Vintage dolls houses. There's the beauty of the fact that it is eclectic. Nowadays, I think we go to a doll's house shop, we look online. Oh, sorry, I'm just laughing at the cat. She's playing with a new toy. And, you know, we do a very set out room and it's all beautiful and all that. But I think the beauty of the vintage one is there is part this, part that, part homemade, part, you know, they've found something that happens to look like a piece of doll's house furniture and they've popped it in. And it really gives that history. So I've had a sort of quick look at this. It is a real mishmash of furniture. Some will fit in, some won't. I've got some of my other furnishings which I will swap over. So it's just nice to see all the other bits and pieces. So we'll go with these bags. It's very crinkly. So we'll do bag one. We'll just empty it all out. You can hear it's very plasticky. Again, well, we're looking at the era and it would have been. So there's all sorts in here. Look, we've got a little fireplace. It would be a rather grand fireplace in this size house, but it is really cute. Needs a little bit of work, but a bit of paint. I mean, the stuff you can use nowadays to make these things look better is amazing. And I mentioned the fact that they'd said it was a Marks doll's house. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but the catalogue I found, literally it looked like that, and it was that sort of that GB. If there's a Marks one similar, I'd love to know, but it does say Marks on there. Again, these are all really, really quite grubby. So we'll pull all this over here and we'll look at it bit by bit. So we have a cute little fireplace. We have a cute little cabinet. I don't know whether there's a drawer it's missing or whether it's there, but it is rather cute. That is a nice size. I mean, to be honest, I think if that is missing, I could easily sort of cover sort of a little bit of card or something like that and make it look like that. But it's in quite good condition. And that actually says blue box, whatever blue box is. We have a fridge, which is, again, too big for this one. I think, well, I feel it is anyway. I mean, I could be wrong. But it's sort of a nice avocado green, very 1970s there. And on the back here, it does say made in Hong Kong, Marks Toys. So as I said, this is where I think we get the Marks from. But it's quite sweet. I think I might put it in one of my other dolls' houses rather than this one. Again, another Marks item, and it's a little bath. Not quite sure what these little holes here are. And it's very strange because we have no taps. But it is a cute little bath. We could use that for something. We have absolutely no idea. It's a piece of white plastic. We have a grandfather clock. Again, a Marks. I don't know. I keep saying again. I've got to stop saying again. I don't know about this. Was Marks a massive company in the 70s? So a lot of dolls' house furniture, was it? Or was it just, you know, a particular range that people had? Does that open? It looks like it might open. It does as well. Ah, come on. Open, 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 open. Ha! The detailing is really nice. It is really good. Again, a good clean. Maybe paint up these little bits of gold. It is quite tall. So again, this house, another house, not sure. We have a broken chair, bless it, but we have all the parts. So there is a chance that that could be mended, but that is definitely not the 1/18th scale. But once again, it is Marks. Like I said, I think somebody's probably had this in their attic, or it's been in a garage or somewhere, not sort of been, you know, just housed away, not bothered with. And they've sort of pulled it out, decided they're going to sell it, and then, oh, look, it all says Marks. It must be a Marks one. Now, we have a saucepan there. That's definitely not these sizes. I think that would work for Cindy, though. Doesn't say anything on that one. Or does it? Let's have a look. It does say something, but I can't see it. What we got? Oh, it just says made in Hong Kong. So I think that's going to be more sort of fashion doll size. And then we have these very, very cute little chairs. Now, I don't know what scale these are. These are even tinier. They sort of, you can imagine them being this sort of size. Let's have a look. There's again, yes, it is. It's blue box again. So that is those. Absolutely no idea where they're going to fit, but they are cute. Now, I'm pretty sure this... Oh, that's weird, though. Did Marks make Cindy things? Did they? Let me know if you know. It does actually ring a bell, Marks Cindy products. Because, I mean, a lot of things were made in China anyway. But that says Marks on the bottom. And when I pulled that out, I thought, that looks like one of the Cindy candelabras. Perhaps I'm wrong. I don't think I've got one to compare with. In fact, I'm pretty sure I haven't. But to me, that sort of looked it. So I'm going to give that to Cindy anyway. We have a funny little toilet, which has got its cistern bit missing. Again, the scale is weird. Not sure about that. We do have this little cooker, which is quite nice. What brand is this one? Again, Marks. I'm trying to... You know, I do know my Roman numbers, and I can't think what we got there. We've got MCML, XVI, VI, that would be, is it the I before? Let me know if you can work that out. Is that 6 or is that 4? I can't remember which way around it goes. I think it's 6. And then that's a 10. 1960 perhaps? I don't know. Let me know. It seems in relatively good condition. It looks like it does open. Again, they're really fiddly to get in. But there's definitely an opening. And there's a little shelf that's fallen out there. But it looks nice. It looks very much of its era. A little electric hob. And then there's this little other kitchen unit, which is a nice little sink. And as much as the colouring's not great, I think they would go together. But again, they look way too big. I don't know. That cardboard originally put on, I'm not sure. You know, that looks like that. No, it doesn't. I thought it looked like that. I'm just talking rubbish. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Again, it looks a little bit too big. I don't know. So that's our box number 1. So, box, it's a bag, isn't it? And bag number 2. We have a few bits I would definitely use. For example, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a nice little coffee table. The chair is actually quite nice. Don't know where I'd put it, but it's nice. We have a second coffee table, which I like that one as well. I don't know, that's sort of, is that a coffee? 2 different eras there, I think, but they are from That's a blue box. Again, that is blue box. So blue box, and that's just a made in Hong Kong. It doesn't tell me anything on that. So I'm going to come to the little people in a minute. We have a dressing area, a sink, a bathroom again. That I think the colours could have just worn. It is a Marks. I do suspect they were together. But I think there's just, obviously, if it's been in sunlight and things like that, the colour of the plastics do go. It is quite sweet. I think it does need a bit of work. There is a drawer. There we go. So we've got the drawer as well. It needs a bit of TLC. The mirror seems in quite good condition. So, yeah, I think I could work with that one. Let's have a look. We have a lamp. Now, I like the lamp a lot. So that's another one I like. And I think that could go in my tiny house because it's a standard lamp. So it would be tall. Again, Marks. Maybe a little bit of gold paint on this to tidy it up. We could make it really fancy. Put a little bit of frill around it or something. A little bit of fringing, something like that. That would be quite cute. But otherwise, it's okay as it stands. Now, we have a drawer here. Is that a drawer? No, it could be a tray. We could use that as a tray, couldn't we? So it could be sort of a tray to put things on. That's sweet. A little tray. I like that. And then we get these little people. Now, these I've never seen before. I saw them through the sort of bag and I thought, oh, they're rubbery ones, but they're not. I can't quite make out the writing on. That one does have writing on its feet, but I can't quite make it out. They are a very hard plastic. They're quite sweet. My granddaughter likes that one because she's carrying a cake. They don't really, I mean, I think the chair, does that lady sit in the chair? Oh, we have a broken leg on the chair. I didn't realise that. Perhaps I could just chop them all off and then it would sit sort of lower. So I could still do something. He sits down as well. Again, bit of something on his back. I think it is Marks still. I think I need to do a bit of Marks research, don't I? Rather than the doll's house, I need to look at Marks vintage toys and see what we come up with. They're not, like I said, really my thing, but it's nice to see. It gives that, you know, it's history. It's great. I just love it. You know, I mean, they're almost museum pieces, aren't they? And then we're going to get to the Smarty Tube that my granddaughter found quite amusing, that this was a Smarty Tube, which is, I don't know what it is. It's got a price on it or anything. No, it hasn't. That would have been quite the treat, wouldn't it? That really would have been a treat. Let's move you guys over a little bit and let's have a look. In here, we have, to me, Cindy accessories. The only reason to me, first off, it shouted Cindy was because I recognised the butter dish. Look at this. I had this butter dish. So I was really excited when I saw this. Look at that. Is this so cute? Again, the silver's coming off a little bit, but it's even got a little pat of butter in there. And I went, I'm sure I had that as a Cindy. I'm sure that was Cindy's. And then I started looking and I'm like, well, yeah, actually the colour, the size screams Cindy, but they do say Marks. I should have researched this before I chatted with you all, but if you know, let me know. They are going in my Cindy house, 100% they are, because she's got quite a greenish sort of tone to her kitchen as well. So that's cute. We've got these little cups, which are perfect. So I'm over the moon with that. I'm pretty sure this was all Cindy's. We've got a little sugar bowl that's even got its little lid. Can you see the little sugar bowl? That's cute. Salt and peppers. Not sure where the little brush comes in. I'll pop that one over there. We have a leg, and again, that looks like the leg of a Cindy dining room chair. I could be wrong, because I'm sure lots of them are made the same, but it really does shout sort of Cindy. In fact, I'm just looking. Bear with me a second. Oh, this one is slightly different, but there are different types of dining room chairs. But this is a dining room chair, which is Cindy. And let's have a... It is Marks. Yay, revelation. It is actually Marks. So, Louis Marks and Co. Inc. So, I need to research this company, I think, to give me an idea of what's going on. It's great. You're always learning something new. So, yeah, Marks made Cindy furniture, because that is 100% a Cindy dining room chair. So these are definitely Cindy's. Oh, that's so exciting. Look, all this Cindy stuff I've got. Yeah. I had the dining table as a child. Look at these little glasses. Aren't they lovely? I had the dining set as a child. That was one sort of real big one that I had, and it was sort of a real mega treat. So I had this cutlery, and I've also got some of this cutlery now because it came in one of my other bits. And I can remember setting out the dining room table, popping all the plates in place. My plates were blue. I do remember them being blue. To be honest, this is better than the blue because it goes with my now Cindy kitchen, rather than the blue. So they are lovely. This was quite an exciting find. That's something that's broken off something, and that's a random drawer. Or is it a drawer? I wonder what that would have fitted in. You know, that screen's the same colour as that, doesn't it? Is there a drawer in here? No, I suppose it could fit in there though. Look, so it fits in my fridge. Fridge is cute, way too small for Cindy though, unfortunately. If it was bigger, it would have been great for my Cindy kitchen. I've got a little beer stein there and some more little glasses. For some reason, a screw, but you know, we know what it's like when things are sort of pushed together like this. So yeah, that is Cindy. I'm 100% sure. Let me know if you had the green set. I mean, it is Marks, and because the chair's Marks, like I said, what I was going to say is they're not the same, but there was one that had a fancier back, so I think that would have been the back of a Cindy chair. And I've learned something new, that Cindy furniture was made by Marks. I'm going to have to look in my book, actually. That's why I was thinking, for some reason, Marks was ringing a bell. Now, I'm wondering if I read it in the books. I've got that History of Cindy book now, haven't I? So if you haven't seen that video, I'll pop a link on for that one, because that was, oh, mega fine. That was so good. Really happy with that. But this is all cute, and some of it I will use. This I'm over the moon with. That is just such a great find for my Cindy kitchen. So I'm really, really happy with what was in the little tube of Smarties. So that's it really. I'm going to do some photos. Fingers crossed, I am going to get things done up on it, and I will show you as I go. But as well, if you've followed some of my others, you know I have one big vintage one to do. I have my baby vintage one, which I've never shown anyone. I've got this new one. I've got a doll's house that's a more modern one that I'm supposed to be doing some work in, and there's one of those up in the loft as well. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic, and I really need to get myself organized. The problem is I get a new one, then I get excited and I want to do that one and not the last one. So I think perhaps I need to do them side by side. But my first job is I'm definitely going to give this a good clean, get those carpets washed, get any paint touched up, maybe get some paper to cover the sort of damaged areas, and then we'll have a look at it. The little windows and doors are metal. So some of them are a little bit warped, but a little bit of metal enamel paint I think will make them nice. I think it's going to be an easy one to do. I really do. And then obviously I can just let you know as we furnish it. A little bit hard to film inside because it's so small, but I will promise. I promise. I keep saying that. But until I get Dollycon out of the way, I'm not going to be doing a lot at the moment. So thank you so much for having a look at this. Thank you so much for watching my videos. You know what to do. Please like, subscribe and share. And I will see you all very soon with either crochet with dolls, vintage things. It could be anything. You know what I'm like. I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.